All right, shalom, shalom. All right, this is a continuation. Like I said, I had an appointment, and time was winding down, and they called me for the appointment, and I think they interrupted the live stream, so I just ended it. But going back, Eve knows everything but her role, man. All right, and I'm thinking like, damn, the truth is simple. Like for brothers in the truth, they have women. For brothers in the truth, they have women that want to know everything out the scriptures. For brothers in the truth, and I'm gonna tell you this: the more you tell a woman, that's intel. So the more you break down stuff in the scriptures, the more she's gonna circle back and use that against you. Might be 6 months from the day you tell her, might be a couple years, but she's probably going on the internet and find another platform to counter that. And these women are totally out of order. They want to know all this deep shit. No, I'm sorry. They want to know all this deep knowledge, but they resist their role. You know? And this video, once again, is a response to the video that Elder Apostle Gabar did. And, you know, maybe brothers and sisters send prayers up for Elder Apostle Gabar. You know, I don't know particularly what his ailment may have been or why he was feeling a certain way. But, you know, we want to, you know, pray for peace and wholeness for the beloved apostle who really birthed us in the spirit. All right. What I mean by that, they raised us in the spirit. You know, they watered us in the spirit. You know, we're offsprings of them. You know, but going back, man, Eve want to go on your level and learn doctrine and get all into the doctrine and ask you, challenge you certain things, but she never asks you about her fucking role. She never asks, so what does it mean when it says to be discreet? They never ask that. What does it mean when it says to be a keeper of the house? Like a house manager, a housekeeper? They always want to know the deeper stuff. I'm like, you totally going over your role, Eve. You know, but really just to be on your level and ultimately one up you, man. But you know, in fear, this was gonna make Eve submit. Fear, this was gonna put Eve back in order. Fear, this was gonna put Eve back in her place. And the fear of living, the fear of dying, I mean, in the time of Jacob's trouble, all right, Eve is gonna, and trust me, because I got, you know, we all got sisters. Or we've been around women. When a woman is in survival mode, when a woman is afraid, or she just knows she needs something from you, then they comply, man. You know? Hey, going back, in their affliction shall they seek me early. But that applies to women too. Because the way they're going to seek the Most High is by getting impregnated by a man of Yahweh Bashim Shai, by cleaving into a man of Yahweh Bashim Shai, who's going to appear as the light at the end of a tunnel in a time of chaos, man. Okay? And I'll be willing, I could turn it to another lesson, because the solution is really in our roles. Like the role of a woman, and when a woman is in her role, that solves a lot of problems. But I'll be willing, that'll be for another topic. All right? But going back, women, Eve never asked, so what does it mean to be chaste? What does that mean? What does it mean when it says a woman should have a head covered when she prays? They never ask that. They always want to know things to get on your level. You actually had Israelite women sisters on the highways and the byways teaching. All right? Now imagine a 120... Yeah. What does virtuous mean? Oh, I can actually practice being virtuous? That's exciting. They never want to know. They never want to know their role according to the scripture. As little as an ant your husband may be. Oh, another thing women in the world do. They get that bag. They get that degree. They get that little promotion. And then they think they have nuts. Then it makes them masculine. And Eve is only like that. For the most part, it's only Eve like that. Or they think that they have leverage over their man. All right? Because it's hypergamy, and I understand hypergamy. But if you knew anything, you'll know that your income, which is fake money, is fiat currency, it didn't actually put you over a man. So now you have these women comparing their men to other men's income, or comparing their man to the supervisor or the boss, when really your man is the supervisor and the boss. You going to work as a result of captivity, man, and the result of you being in Rome and doing what the Romans do. All right, you going to work as a result of the elites taxing your man and taxing you, enslaving your man and enslaving you. Now you are yet this day you're captivity, and you're subject to payments too. Because a lot of you women are single and you paying bills. You got 2 jobs, and really you outside your Yahweh given role. You're outside of your Yahweh given role. To go, hey, Babaka Shava, brother, get that scripture so I can have a reference point where it says to be discreet, to be chaste, to be keepers of the house. Because that's your 10 commandments. Of course, you got to keep the laws, but that's your 10 commandments, just to be low key. Like that low key woman, that low key sister that was in class, that was just kind of jazzy. She might have had her little headphones on. She just did her. That's a woman of the Lord, man. That's, just a low key. Wear that dress. Then a lot of you, it's a name for it, but a lot of you women, y'all caricaturize being modest. So your man, he wants you to dress modest, then you caricaturize it and act like you're on the episode of The Handmaid's Tale, like you're in some boring black and white outfit. There we go. The water's a coin, and that's the beloved brother. GMS Rebuke the Temper too. Rebuke the Tempter. All right. That's the beloved elder. All right, on the comment board. But yeah, when you ask your sister, you ask a woman to be modest, or you tell her to be modest, she goes all the way left, and she always caricaturize it. All right, she caricaturize it like, oh, you want me to dress like I'm on The Handmaid's Tale? You want me to dress like a Roman Catholic? It's either they got their pants stuck up their ass and they titties out for strangers, or they dress like they're on The Handmaid's Tale. They dress like a Roman Catholic. It's either they got their pants stuck up their ass and they titties out for strangers, or they dress like they're on The Handmaid's Tale. They dress like Whoopi Goldberg on Sister Act 2 when she was the Roman Catholic nun. All right? Like, you can't be royal and modest. Like, you can't be, elegant and modest. Like, start looking up those words. Elegance, grace. All right? Elegance, grace. But let me get that scripture in the water. All right? Well, I was talking about, it's either in Titus or Timothy when it tells the woman's role. It says to be discreet, to be chaste, to be keepers of the house. Because you pay all this money for a housekeeper. I was asking somebody, they knew somebody that basically got like a house cleaning service. Like, you might be single, you might be a business person, or you might just work a lot of hours, you might be too fatigued to clean up your house right. So you'll pay a house cleaning service. And I think for a household, like an apartment, it costs $200 for somebody to clean your house. $200 for somebody to clean your apartment. And it was like a thorough cleaning, but $200. You could have saved that money by getting a wife, theoretically speaking, by getting a wife. Because what does wife mean? Servant. You know everything but your role. Getting a wife, theoretically speaking, by getting a wife. Because what does wife mean? Servant. You know everything but your role. All these, and within this country, there we go, the water, brother. Within this country, all these entities are making money because they liberated women. Think about it. All these countries, all these businesses are making money because they liberated women. House cleaning service, $200 minimum to clean your apartment. You know how hard it is for people to find babysitters? You're the babysitter. You see? But like I said, I was going to save that for another lesson, but that goes into it, man. The beekeepers of the house. You know? And you know what, brother Zaquan? It's like there's a lot of scriptures like that. Titus, Timothy. But these women, when they get on the comment board and not only challenge the brothers, you challenging the elders who was teaching this word probably before you were born, who were in the truth probably before you were born. All right? So they're thorough with it, man. And you just don't respect the Israelite man. Because you wouldn't even come at an Edomite like that. He the devil. But Eve, that's another thing with Eve. You feel so comfortable with this familiarizing yourself with an Israelite man, like he just trash, man. You gotta be the only nation to just talk to a man, an Israelite man, like he just ain't shit. Jake just got all work tired, the bitch behind the register got an attitude. Like, what for? Like, this your job is to act. Your job is to act respectful. You can't even, because I'm a nigga. In your mind, I'm just a nigga in front of you. You know? But let's go. And the water for the scriptures. Titus 2:4. That they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their sons and daughters, or to love their children. All right? To be discreet, to be chaste, to be keepers at home. Stay your ass at home. If you stay your ass at home, you won't need a babysitter. If you stay your ass at home, we won't need house cleaning service. If you was obedient to your husband, this how you, these whores, and I'm not talking about you sisters on the comment board. This how Eve acts. If you bring out to be obedient to their husbands, I don't see no ring. You ain't marry me. All right? When did we have to go through another? If you bring out to be obedient to their husbands, I don't see no ring. You ain't marry me. All right? When did we have to go through another culture to solidify marriage with our woman, man? Even back on the plantation, we jumped the broom to solidify culture, to our marriage, man. We jumped the broom, man. You hoes use that non-marriage stuff to be sluts. I'm single to married. Our marriage, man. We jumped the broom, man. You hoes use that non-marriage stuff to be sluts. I'm single to married. Meaning you can have different arrows inside your quiver until a nigga put a ring on it. Why would you want to put a ring on a hand like that? Let's go. All right. Titus 2:5. To be discreet, to be chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands. If you was obedient to your husband, because really your man supposed to have a program of how the house supposed to be run. And you supposed to go by that program. And you know, for us brothers, we can't just go with the flow. We gotta, we can't be laid back, go with the flow. You gotta have a system how you run your house so your woman can know what to do without you just telling her everything, Same thing you go in for work. It's ideal to have a job where you could go in, look at your schedule, look at your routine, and you already know what to do without somebody micromanaging you. All right? That's ideal. All right? The word of Yahweh be not blasphemed. All right? This is 1 Timothy 5:14. I would therefore that the younger women marry, which marry basically means to have sex with a man and be his wife. They have a union. That's what marriage is. All right, because the marriage here is a hustle, it's a racket. All right, to bear sons and daughters. Now we know because of the times that we're in, it's not ideal to purposely have sons and daughters. But you're having sex, you might have a son or daughter. You know how the Most High is, man. How Abba is, to guide the house. A lot of you women can't guide the house. You don't have a routine for your sons and daughters, but you want to get on the comment board. Because I know how a lot of Israelite women do. I know how a lot of Eve do. They facing the phone, like my face in the phone right now, but I'm doing the will of Yahweh. What the hell are you doing? While the sons and daughters running mayhem. That's why men and women are getting shot the fuck up in the streets, or they killing somebody in the streets because their mothers are not women. They're not mothers, man. They're their mother, but they're not mothers. All right, your whole house is supposed to be under subjection. because we're rulers of a house, and your woman is going off a program that you created for the house to be run. I will therefore that the younger women marry, bear children, guard the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak. Let me stop speaking so fast. 1 Timothy 5:14. I will therefore that the younger women marry, bear children, guard the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. All right. So I mean, there you go, man. You know, because you've all turned aside after saying something called feminism, man. Feminism is a euphemism for Satanism for women. It's female Satanism, man. And the end result is Sodom and Gomorrah. The end result is androgynism, where the woman is in a masculine spirit and the man is in a bitch spirit, man. All right. Happy life, happy wife, happy life. That's the entrance of what they call inversion, where really is role reversal. All right. Because the scripture says that the woman's desire is supposed to be towards the husband. So your happiness is supposed to, your satisfaction is supposed to come from your husband's being satisfied. Like when you cook for your husband and he's satisfied, that makes you satisfied. Not you thinking about how to please your wife. Like your life purpose is pleasing your wife, man. That's not of Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shai. All right. Proverbs 14:1. Every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish pluck it down with their hands. How do you pluck down the house with your hands? All right. Through you having a philosophy that's contrary to his philosophy. Through you kicking the man out the house. Through you put him on child support. All right. That's plucking down your house with your hands, man. You putting the state a part of your house. You replacing your man with the state. All right. You having different sons and daughters by different fucking baby daddies, man. All right, because see, our forefathers had a culture that created generational wealth. It was all about the preservation of your nation and maintaining wealth in your families, man. So if you got different little ones by different baby daddies, man, that's a malnourished situation, man. Like I said, sisters had different circumstances before they came into the knowledge, and you know, we in Babylon, so you may have had a man, and y'all had a little sons and daughters there. For whatever reason it didn't work, you gotta know, hey, that happens. But you know how Eve is with this Western culture. That's what we getting on right now, man. Wisdom of Solomon 2:24. Nevertheless, through the envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold of his side do find it. Because the serpent approached Eve because of envy. What did he envy? He envied Adam's position as the king of the earth. So he used Eve to overthrow Adam, and in return, you're going to be joint heirs of my kingdom. Because the serpent always stood aside to overthrow someone else's kingdom. That's why the Amalekites, they were like vassals. They were vassals to the Persians. But ultimately, the Amalekites overthrew the Persians through the Maccabees. All right, and that's the nature of a serpent. The nature of a serpent is to wait patiently to overthrow you. I was once through the Maccabees. All right, and that's the nature of a serpent. The nature of a serpent is to wait patiently to overthrow you. I was once told of a situation, and I believe it to be true, that my dad told me this, right? A woman had a pet snake, let's call it a python. And she would always lay with her snake, but she was always curious as to why her snake was stand vertically next to her, like parallel to her. And she asked a veterinarian, and the veterinarian said, well, the snake is sizing you up to see when it's going to be big enough to consume you. And that's the nature of Esau Edom. All right. That snake, which is Esau Edom, was just patiently waiting to overthrow Adam through Eve. He used Eve as a weapon to overthrow Adam, man. Right, like right now, he's using our women as a weapon to keep us systemically oppressed, man. All right. But that's it, you know. I had to continue to live stream, you know. Spirit was on fire, man. You know, I didn't even know I was just gonna come out like this, you know. Eve knows everything but her role. To be discreet, to be chaste, keep us at home. When a man get off work, it's supposed to feel like he walked into a sanctuary. Like, sheesh. She might got an incense burning, might got some resins burning, got the food cooked on warm on the stove to keep it hot for him. You know, you're supposed to have bath water running with the little salt in it, like a bubble bath. Why you can't do that? You know, the kids, the sons and daughters, they sit in front of the TV or they sleep because it's late. You know, the floor clean, ain't no roaches across the floor. You know, she ain't talking loud. You can't even sit down and drink a beer or drink wine because she just walking back and forth in the house. Yap, 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 yap. She ain't talking loud. You can't even sit down and drink a beer or drink wine because she just walking back and forth in the house. Yap, 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 yap. She ain't talking loud. You can't even sit down and drink a beer or drink wine because she just walking back and forth in the house. Yap, 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 yap. She ain't talking loud. You can't even sit down and drink a beer or drink wine because she just walking back and forth in the house. Yap, 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 yap. Girl, I told her and I told that. Yap, 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 yap. You can't even see. Like, so now you sitting outside on the porch, sitting outside on the balcony because the kids loud, she loud. So, and I see that with Jake. Jake be on the balcony, Jake be on the patio, Jake be on the porch. Nigga trying to escape, you know? Yap, 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 yap. In our Eastern culture, a babbling woman, that's a shame. Book of Proverbs, Book of Ecclesiastes. It's in our Eastern culture, a babbling woman, that's a shame. Book of Proverbs, Book of Ecclesiastes. It says, I'd rather climb up a sandy way, a sandy storm, because we're in the Middle East. So the analogy was, I'd rather walk through a damn desert storm to be around a brawling woman. Chicks sit in their car when they get out of work. They in their own driveway in their car like, shit, man. Many people, I gotta walk up in this motherfucking and deal with this shit. But yet you want to know the scriptures and break down and say elders are out of order. You know? But let me go get my food. I had ordered something. Hey, the water for tuning in. Hey, once again, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bahashemi Habashai Bahasham Hakodash. I also want to give double honor to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone Ruel. Peace and blessings, health and wellness, salutations to the hopeful elect. Ababa Baal Kamel Shalom.